I'm Caleb Creech.
And I'm Caleb Boyman.
And this is Caleb Squared. You know, we're all in quarantine right now, and I think it's safe to say we're all home alone. So we decided, why not be very on theme and rank the Home Alone franchise?
Oh, good transition.
I know there's some of you out there who are, wait, a franchise? Aren't there just 2 or 3? No, there are 5 of these movies.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't know that, you know it now. And you might be asking yourself, really, are any of those 3 worth watching? Well, we're about to tell you.
Number 5, we have the world's greatest straight-to-TV movie, Home Alone 4, Taking Back the House.
Same here.
It was a bold move to replace the actor in the first place, and they just made it worse.
It was a move. We can agree upon that.
Yeah. There's nothing great about this movie. The worst part for me is the poster. They just recreated the...
Oh.
Yeah. They went back to the old Macaulay Culkin pose, and
then we clip in French Stewart and I forgot the woman's name who plays, what's her name in this movie? Vera something? I don't know.
I don't remember.
Female Harry. Oh, dude.
Ugh.
Again, made for TV movie, and oh wow, it really shows. Also made in the early 2000s, and it really shows.
Yeah.
See, kids, there's this new thing called technology, and now that it's been invented, that the house, it is technology. Kevin gets this remote that lets him operate anything in the house. And let's not ignore this. Okay, we've already mentioned that they replaced the entirety of the original cast, so we're going back to the McAllister family. Here's the thing. We've lost, I think, 12 of the siblings, so now it's just Buzz and a sister or something.
Mm-hmm.
And that relationship is all weird and dynamic.
Ugh.
So get this. Do you want to know what happened to the loving McAllister family after the events of Home Alone 2? Peter McAllister decides to divorce his wife and leave her for his mistress. And that's the house this movie takes place in. The mistress's rich mansion. Because that's what this movie was all about.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts on every conceivable level. I don't want to slam this kid actor because you got to blame it on the casting director.
Yeah.
But Macaulay Culkin, this child is not. Oh, wow.
Nope.
The effects are awful.
Yeah.
The traps, if you can call them that, are laughably bad. The only standout in this movie for me personally is French Stewart as Marv. He is no Daniel Stern, but he's having a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
You know, not a little bit. He's having a lot of fun.
Yeah, he's doing the best of what he can do.
He's doing the best. The one scene I like is that reaction he has when he first sees Kevin in the movie. He's like, it's that kid again. Even he's fed up. He's like, dang it, man. For some reason, Harry's gone. Marv has a girlfriend now, because that's what we all wanted to see.
Yeah, of course.
This is all about female empowerment, because now females can be thieves too.
Oh.
This movie's a complete train wreck. It hurts so bad. It's actually legally a crime to watch this movie.
It is.
So yeah, I guess we're both going to jail soon enough.
Yeehaw.
The best trap that this movie has to offer is actually sitting down and watching it.
I think we have the same one here too. Number 4 is Home Alone Holiday Heist.
Oh, we don't. Sorry to say.
We don't?
No, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and tell me about this one.
All right. I think it's just as worse as number 4.
Oh. Ooh.
Or, sorry, Home Alone 4.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't do anything for me. Again, not having Macaulay Culkin really just ruins the franchise. It's pretty historically known that if you have a made-for-TV movie, it's not going to be great.
No.
And especially this one was made just for ABC Family. It's not memorable for me. I don't remember a lot of stuff about this movie. Yeah, that's Holiday Heist.
My number 4 is Home Alone 3. I just don't love this movie as much as some other people do. I don't hate, switching families, going to... I don't even remember this family's name. But, this kid, I think he's a fine actor. I don't think he's as charming as Macaulay Culkin, but he's definitely holding his own on screen, and that is, if he was not putting forth his best effort in this movie would be downright unwatchable.
Uh-huh.
But it does have an interesting premise. I do like the fact that parts of the house are unfinished and are under construction, so you can have some fun ideas with traps in that way. The burglars, they're all right. One of them is all right. I think his name is Mr. Unger. I don't know. He's the funny one, and you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So he's very enjoyable to watch. The others, not so much. Also, I'm just not a big fan of, they're going after him because microchip and government secrets, and admittedly, It's not the same as the others of, oh, we just want to steal things in the house because big house. But it just didn't exactly work for me. Other things too, like, oh, the parrot knows how to strike a match and then hold it to the firecrackers and blow up a pool at the end. What?
Yeah.
but there are some legitimately cool things. Like, I do like the electric chair. I like the huge case of books that drop on the two people that definitely should have killed them, but Overall, it's serviceable enough, but I just don't remember it as much as the others on this list.
All right. My number 3 is Home Alone 3. I like this movie a little better than Holiday Heist. I feel like the traps were more creative. I really like the idea of the unfinished house, those construction traps, and going back to a different family. It was a good idea and concept, but I don't know. It wasn't that great. So
yeah,
it's no Home Alone or Home Alone 2.
Truer words have never been spoken.
Mm-hmm.
My number 3 is Home Alone: The Holiday Heist. This movie for me has just a little bit more to offer than Home Alone 3 does. One of the major things is, even though the main kid and his sister, they don't get along perfectly, they're not complete pricks to each other.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, it works for Home Alone and Home Alone 2, because it's the same family, and like, Buzz and Kevin, they're enjoyable to watch go together.
Yeah.
And I buy the fact that in a family this big, there is going to be the odd one out that everyone just craps on, so that's fair.
No.
I do like for this movie, yeah, they don't get along, but when things get serious, it's like, oh no, we're actually brother and sister. We somewhat care about each other.
Mm-hmm.
I also like the plot of, the kid having the gamer friend in like another state, and he's trying to help them in whatever ways he can. And he's like, no, you guys need to call the police. And I like the joke. I like the joke where he ends up getting swatted and they think he's part of it and they pepper spray. It's really funny to me. That was a new, fresh, original idea that was one of the updates for the modern time. Modern time being like, I don't know, 2012 or 2015. I thought that was clever enough. And as far as the burglars go, Malcolm McDowell's all right. They don't feel threatening in the slightest. They're fine enough to watch. I do kind of like how they are going after this rare painting. I can buy the fact that this guy knows about this painting and he's got a team. It feels just a little bit like Panic Room.
Yeah. Because
you have the secret room in the house. It feels just original enough. It doesn't feel like a complete copy, sort of like Home Alone 3 and 4 absolutely do. So for me, it's just a little bit higher than the others.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Okay, I think it's safe to say we're going to be on the same track for now, but let's go ahead and hear your number 2, Mr. Boyven.
All right, number 2 is the first Home Alone.
Whoa, I was wrong. Okay.
Really?
Talk to me about this one.
Okay, these last 2 films we're going to talk about are great. I love them both dearly. They're very close, but I think the first one just slacks a little bit before coming to Home Alone 2. I think Home Alone was a little less creative than Home Alone 2. Macaulay Culkin is great. The traps were great. The burglars are great. But with my number 1 presents and brings to the table, I think it was more enjoyable for me.
Okay. I'll talk about that in a second, but here, we'll trade off again. My number 2 is Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. This does have so much to offer that Home Alone started. This is, to me, one of the truly great sequels, and I really don't get people who don't like this movie. If you like the first movie, why do you not like this movie? It is practically the same thing, but, I mean, switching it up in New York, to me, it works enough. Fun fact, this was the first Home Alone movie I ever saw. I wasn't allowed to watch the first one as a kid for a little while because they said bad swear words in it, so that was absolutely not happening in our house. But Home Alone 2 was all good.
Mm.
I completely forgot until we're talking about it now. They have the unfinished house in this movie, so there you go. Home Alone 3 stole that idea from there.
I forgot about that.
I do like all the things they do in this movie. And it does get a little bit goofy, like when he's shocking Marv and you see him turn into a skeleton.
Yeah.
But they've got some really, really funny stuff going on. I like hiding out in the big toy store. That whole toy store is just a really fun setting and very creative.
Mm-hmm.
I love the hotel. Tim Curry, God bless. He is in this movie and he steals the scene in every scene he's in. He's perfect in it. There are just some moments in the film that I just love so dearly. I love when Marv is helping Harry off of the car he's just crashed onto outside of the store. And Kevin goes, smile! And he takes a picture. And Harry goes, he took a picture! Well, how did my hair look? It's just so fun. It just has some really, really funny moments. Daniel Stern and Joe Pesci are perfect, as always. Macaulay Culkin's doing a great job. Buzz has a great dynamic in this movie where he's giving that speech at the beginning about, he said, what a troubled young man. I feel so sorry for the way I've acted. And it's all complete bull. Oh, he is so fun. Everyone's having a ton of fun in this movie, and I think it shows.
I agree.
I love this movie quite dearly.
All right, so my number one is Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Really?
So I think the setting for New York worked better for me. I think it was more creative using different buildings. The toy store, the hotel.
Oh, yeah.
You basically just hammer down on most of the points. Tim Curry was great in every scene that he's in. I fully agree with that.
Said, we've got you a cheese pizza. Oh, it's great. Also, real quick, that's the best looking cheese pizza I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I want that pizza. But I think Macaulay Culkin works best in this movie with the environment that he's given and the freedom that he's given with what he's already expressed in the first Home Alone. I think it works better here.
I forgot to mention, I do love the change. We're not the wet bandits anymore. We're the sticky bandits. They're so much fun. Speaking of the wet bandits, my number one's Home Alone. For me, you just can't beat the original. This is such a fresh, great idea. It really is one of those few instant classics that you could watch over and over and over and over again. And most people do for Christmas. It's Die Hard, but with a child. That's a genius idea.
That's good.
So much of this works. I love the dynamic that, Kevin has with the burglars, how they're trying to steal in. I also like the small detail of the beginning of the film. Harry's posing as a cop. I really like that idea.
Oh, yeah.
I like how you have Old Man Fuller across the street. And the legend that he's a murderer, but oh no, he's an actual human being. That was cool. Mm-hmm. And yeah, all the traps in this movie are completely creative and fresh. I love that. You even have Tinker Toys making an appearance. That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's just really, really ridiculously funny. This movie, it never gets old. It's firing on all cylinders. I think I've said that phrase 80 times today. But it is so charming, so refreshing. John Williams' music for it is perfect. Just everything about it. Also, I think that's the best rendition of Carol of the Bells I've ever heard. It's just a simple choir, but it is like business. As he's going to the house, he's fixing it up. He never gets to eat the macaroni and cheese. Oh man, it's good stuff. Absolutely love that film.
It really is.
Well, that was interesting. I didn't anticipate us varying on this list as much as we did.
I didn't either.
We only had one film we both agreed on. That was Home Alone 4. How sad is that?
I need to work on our chemistry.
If you were to take away anything from this episode, do not watch Home Alone 4. Don't even watch it as a joke. Oh, well, I'm going to have some enjoy. No. You ever read The Pilgrim's Progress? The Slough of Despair? That's Home Alone 4. Don't watch that movie. Watch the original Home Alone. One day we'll do a live stream double feature of us watching Die Hard and Home Alone. I think that's the right move to make.
I'm so down.
All right, well, thank you guys for listening, and we will catch you on the next one.